Bang! I'm here.
Hey.
What's up, Chris? I can see you this time. Now I can see you. It's so good that you're here.
What's happening, Max?
Oh, I'm great, bro. How are you? How's it all been?
Yeah, good, man. It feels like you're my roommate or something. I talk with you more than I talk with my wife right now. So, yeah, it's all good, man.
Dude, they say, like, mobile phones, right? They are the most personal thing in your life. Personal than anyone else. Like my mom, my dad, my friends. You're 24/7 contact right now, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Cool.
Well, I'm gonna take over, yeah. So, yeah, thanks for that, and we'll crack on. So it's good to have you on the show. Just quickly I'll do a little intro for you, buddy. So Chris Dawe, CEO of Effect.ai. If you don't know him, he's used to be on the Neo blockchain Effect.ai. They've just moved over to EOS. And they got a lot of cool stuff happening, and it's just you just did your token swap. So do you want to just quickly say to anyone how that went?
Yeah, holy smokes. The last like 4 or 5 weeks have been absolutely crazy. First of all, we decided to migrate all of our future technology, the build over to EOS. Since the announcement, it's been absolutely ridiculously amazing. Everybody reaching out, from all of the block producers to all of the projects to all of the personalities behind the scenes. Everybody, it's been absolutely phenomenal and crazy and amazing, and we've gotten a lot of support with building some of the things that we built because they were highly complex, and our team is well capable of doing these things, but we actually got some support and some help from the Liquid Dapps team. Those guys helped out with just going through all of the code of everything that we built. So we had to build a few different things. So first of all, we built the token contract, which we added a new contract, our DAC governance token called NFX. So we had that contract. We had the swap contract. So this was a first of its kind on EOS, a fully decentralized token swap protocol. So there was no middleman. We did not take any of the tokens. They were verified from the Neo blockchain to the EOS blockchain. So it was important for us to have some extra eyeballs on that. EOS Canada and a few other teams helped us out just by looking at it and letting us know that it was okay. So yeah, and we started the token migration, let's see, last Tuesday is when it opened up at 11 a.m. We had a slight little delay of about 5 minutes, but we got stuff in order. Yeah, thanks. It was crazy. It's more successful than we could have ever imagined. Our Telegram went from a couple hundred messages a day to over 3,000 or 4,000 in the last few days, and so we had some internal bets trying to figure out how many people and how many tokens were going to be migrated. So we had a circulating supply of 200 million, roughly 200 million. And we were thinking the definition of success here is if we get 30 to 40 million people to swap over. There's a lot of people hodling coins and a lot of people, just watching and waiting to see how things go down. But since we launched on Tuesday, it's 130 million tokens have been migrated. And we opened
up like 75%.
Dude, but get this. You want to hear a crazy number? So we introduced our governance token, NFX. So we also made a third smart contract, a staking mechanism, which is also one of a kind in the whole industry, I think, which is we include what we call stake age. So the amount of time your tokens are staked gives you a multiplier. And we gave a bonus away for anybody that staked in the first 72 hours of the swap. We gave them 50 days stake age bonus. So that gives you quite a good multiplier on your stake. Yeah. So we also had an internal discussion of what is the definition of success on staking. And we said, listen, some of the biggest things, if 30% were to hit, that's pretty huge, So we were thinking maybe 20%, 15%. Right now, we're at 73% of all circulating supply is staked in the Effect stake pool. So it's blowing us away, man.
It's validating people's belief in the project. That's what I see. Anyway.
That's exactly what it is. So you have your community, right? And you have the vocal community group, which consists of maybe 100 people, and you know that they're supporting and they're behind you. But then what about all of the other people that are sitting there and they're just watching? You don't know. We're not too sure. We feel the sentiment of our project is fairly high, but we had not even the slightest clue. We even have our advisor, Charlie Shrem, Some people might know him from the Netflix documentary Banking on Bitcoin. So he had his tokens and he immediately staked them. He's been going crazy. You can claim your NFX. You don't have to claim it. You can claim it once a month, once a year, or whenever. But he's claiming just to make sure he's at the top of the holders of NFX tokens. So people are having fun. Yeah. He's asking me, who are these other people that are beating me? You know. But yeah, the token swap has gone absolutely phenomenally. It's been great.
It's super good to hear that, and I think like the stake age is something which I think other projects are interested in adopting as well, because it's like a good way of it's for people who care about your project in the beginning. Yeah, you want to incentivize them and you want to reward them, so it's a really good mechanism. But just to go back like one step, because we've got like 200 people in this room. Majority of people probably know what it is, but like what's like Effect.ai trying to do? Like, how's it trying to disrupt AI in the first place? Like what's the base definition of Effect.ai?
Yeah, for sure. All right, so the artificial intelligence industry is forecasted to be a $17 trillion industry in the next few years. It's going to touch every single aspect of every single part of everybody's life. And a lot of people don't even understand that they're using artificial intelligence every single day, all of the time. And that's why it's hard to define what artificial intelligence really is, because it's something that makes your life a little bit easier, like most technologies, without you really feeling or knowing what's going on. So if you've ever searched Netflix search, that's an algorithm. That you're using artificial intelligence. It knows what you like. It knows what you're doing. If you use any Google product, Google Maps, Google search, anything, you're
a good example. Their algorithm is like unbelievable. It's so
it's crazy, and it's complex, and it's probably got a mind of its own at this point, you know, because YouTube's been working on it for so long. So it's already hit us all over the place, and it's all around us, and only getting bigger. But for the team at Effect.ai, we were AI developers. We were building things in the artificial intelligence industry. And we found a lot of problems with transparency, inclusion, and the fact that only a select few large corporates have, 99% of the power when it comes to the development of artificial intelligence. We saw the prices of developing AI exponentially go up, and the exclusion of just regular people. So we decided to step in and build this project called Effect.ai. So Effect.ai is a open, democratic, and decentralized network for artificial intelligence development. So we build tools to help everybody be able to build, monetize, and then power their AI solutions. So in our first phase, and the most important, and I'll just concentrate on the first phase and maybe trickle into the second phase a little bit. But the first phase, so the first part of building an algorithm is first getting your hands on high quality training data. So you would have a model, and that model you need to feed it as much data as possible. And that data can't just be anything. It needs to be very high structured, labeled, annotated data, so your model can start getting better. And these data sets that you would use to train a model are primarily, almost I would say 95%, based on human input first. So people would look at a data set and then they would tag and they would label it. So let's just say images. You're putting all kinds of different labels on that. Or let's even say YouTube, how their algorithm starts. It's looking at sentiment of the people that are looking at it. It's looking at the demographics. It's looking at all of these things. And these things are originally labeled by a human workforce. And this is going to be still for years to come. I would say at least 10, 12 years before AI is smart enough to start doing these jobs themselves. But AI is not smart enough to do a lot
machine
of
learning, right? Like it teaches itself.
Yeah, machine learning. Yeah, that's where you would be inputting your data, and the algorithm would know what to do with it, and it would get better over time. So it starts with structured data, and that's what all companies are looking at right now. I'm talking about every single company you've ever heard of is sitting on data, and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Effect Force, which is our first DApp, is a global workforce on demand, and currently has over 2,000 global workers from 90 different countries that can do these annotations and microtasks very, very quickly for these large corporates. So traditionally right now, a company, let's say any company, would have a data scientist and a couple of people that are structuring out this data. but usually data sets are massive, and it would take months for these 3 or 5 people to be able to structure it. So our platform is basically being able to structure your data at scale, using a workforce as many people as you possibly could want. And that's basically what it is. And where blockchain comes into this, it's so incredibly powerful. The very first part of Effect Force is the decentralized payment mechanism, a token, a utility token. So a company would come to us, they would buy what we call GEFX, so Galaxy Pool tokens. So these are just credits that are on the system. And then we're able to pay out with our cryptocurrency to the workforce immediately for the work that they're doing. So it's an incredibly powerful thing that's gotten the attention of the United Nations and different governments all over the world. So
I'm gonna move on to that in a second, yeah, because yeah, carry on.
So it's really powerful. Right now, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, just the structuring of data, and Effect Force is coming in to be we're not here to take part. We're legitimately here to take over that whole entire ecosystem. We have a few competitors in the centralized world, Amazon being one of them with their platform called Amazon Mechanical Turk, but decentralized microtasking, I think is one of the most powerful things right now, and we're the leaders. We're the leaders of it right now. So we're going to expand. We're going to grow.
It's like, how can a centralized business like Amazon, what do you call it? Amazon Agro Turk.
Mechanical Turk, yeah.
Whatever that is, right? That, like, how can that eventually actually compete with a decentralized version of it? Like, there is a centralized aspect you need, but if you have like millions of people all working on the same thing in a decentralized fashion, and like you said, that's where the blockchain comes in. The blockchain revolutionizes it because it allows it to be possible to do that now, and so that you don't have to have a central hub. But I've got a question for you here from one of the guys in the audience. It's from Dragons with a Z. And he said, so who are the partners? So Effect.ai, who are your new partnerships? I know one of them, the UN, is a very big partnership, but like, do you want to just go through a couple of your new partnerships you've got?
Yeah, super. So we're partnered with Civic, which is an Ethereum project headed by Vinny Liggum of the Dragon's Den. So we're partnered with those guys trying to work on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're trying to work out digital identities and really try to validate digital identities and qualifications that people may have. This is very important for our workforce because we want to be able to verify and validate if a person has a certain credential. So we have a client, let's say it's a dental client, they have a whole bunch of x-rays of teeth, and we need specific people to be able to annotate that data. We want to be able to, instead of put them through rigorous tests, we want to just be able to see that their digital identity says that they're qualified to do this type of work. So we have we have several business clients that maybe a lot of people wouldn't know, but these are just a whole slew of companies that we're working with right now to structure and annotate and do kinds of data. But we call it a partnership with these guys because we work very, very closely with them right now because we're in the infancy of structuring data, and we help them explore what they can do with their data. One of our clients, which is pretty humongous, is the government of Singapore. So the government of Singapore, they're structuring and analyzing and annotating satellite imagery of their country. And what they're basically doing is building a Google Maps. And of course, right when this came on, our CTO, Jesse, extremely excited. He goes, wow, this makes sense. I go, why the hell does this make sense? There's Google Maps. Why would you build Google Maps? Well, Google Maps owns all of that data, and Singapore owns none of it. And so to tap into their APIs into Google Maps and use the platform, it's limited. They can't get access to all of the information that they want. And it's all owned by Google. So the governments of the world are understanding this really quickly, that Google has a leg up on us. And
it's got like a hold on it, yeah.
Yeah, they got a super hold, but this can be done very fast. So we have annotated hundreds of thousands of images, satellite images for Singapore, and we're building it out. So our workforce on our platform, we have a whole bunch of annotation tools. So we have a polygon tool where you'll draw around a building, then you will mark that building, then you will look up the times and dates that business is open and the addresses and everything. So we're building a Google Maps for Singapore right now. So that's another partnership. We are recently partnered with Karma, Dallas Russian and the Karma project. So that's a big one and a use case that's really, really cool. So this is another thing. You need to have content moderation. This is something that a workforce can do very easily. Is this image good? Is it not good? Why is it not good? Why is it good? That kind of information is the information that you have to feed into an algorithm for it to be able to learn and understand that stuff. So yeah, we're really looking forward to the partnership with Karma.
Well, shout out to Karma as well, because Dallas has just released the Karma 2.0 update, and you can download it on the Google Play Store. Just plug it in right now, and it'll be out on the Apple Store as well. And they got a great project over there.
A badass project and an absolutely stellar human being behind it. So yeah, check out Karma if you don't know it. Absolutely amazing. So
I got another. Well, carry on. I got another question.
I'm gonna
add.
I'm going to hint. There's some stuff coming up partnership wise that the whole world is going to hear about. So, but that's as much as.
Dude, come on, you got to spill the beans now. You can't do that to us.
There's not
people in here.
I'm under the strictest NDA I've ever signed in my life, so there's no way I'm going to give any more than just that. I think I'm already going to get sued just for saying that.
Dude, don't get sued. We want to keep you in. That will be gone. But just to talk about the Singapore thing, I went to Singapore and they are. Well, I've been there before, but like they are so ahead of the game. Like you can just you can pay for most of your taxis, your goods, and your services with the QR code and with your Singapore wallet. So they're ahead of the curve. Like because obviously they're all it's a tax haven. It's rich people. They got time on their hands to do it. So if you can start there, that's a really good place to like build out that kind of idea of having your own API. You don't have to log into Google's APIs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. I'm excited about that. But I've got a question for you from someone here. I don't really know if this is to do with, I'm not 100% this is, I'll just ask it, see if it makes sense. So will you guys create opt-in data markets for projects asking for a friend? Is that for you?
Say it back, hold on. I think I have the question as well. Opt-in.
Opt-in data markets? Maybe that's for a different project. Maybe that was for...
no, listen, I think I understand where that's going. This is a big subject, like opting in with your data, especially for like healthcare and stuff like this. We won't build those gateways. We might partner with people that are building gateways like that, so that data can streamline right into our platform and can be annotated, structured, and validated quickly. But yeah, our tech team and our CTO has a background and a master's degree in artificial intelligence. The guy's got an IQ the same as Einstein. One of the smartest kids in the world. So he
told me he likes to just build algorithms for fun in his spare time. So
he likes to do all kinds of dorky things for fun on his spare time. Yeah. A magical dude. So there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline. He's been writing a lot of updates for the white paper and yeah, the direction of AI and data, the way that it's going, yeah, you guys will find out pretty soon some of the big players in this space, and it's going to be very surprising to a lot of people, but they're very relative to the crypto space.
Well, I don't know how much more time we've got. I think we've got a few more minutes, but like just elaborating on like AI is just like, for me, it's so difficult to know where to start with AI. Like you said, it's in everything we use, like whether it's using your phone to know what you're going to type in, like it does it for you, or it's like Google Maps, or it's anything like. And then there's the whole Internet of Things coming up, which is going to be like your microwave is going to be mining Bitcoin or whatever. So like you're obviously tackling an industry which is probably bigger than anyone can really conceive. So I just say good luck to you. Is there anything else you want to add? Like what else do you want to talk about?
Yeah, the AI industry is absolutely, it's crazy to think about. It's not as smart or as advanced as people actually think, or at least I believe from just being in the industry. It's still in the experimental stage where we're figuring out all the things we can do. So we really look forward to having people build with our platform. So just to go back into the second phase of our project is a marketplace for AI algorithms and related services. So this will allow you to start downloading all kinds of different AI apps and adding things to your apps, adding things to your phone, adding things to your Internet of Things, adding all of these different algorithms where you won't have to just go to Google, or it won't be, something that's already automatically within your phone. You can actually start customizing and getting other things. So I
got a question here. It says Effect.ai versus IOTA. Like, are you going to...
We'll smash them. We'll smash them to bits, no problem, easy. No, listen, the IO guys are great guys. I've met with all of them. Yeah, they're great guys. They have a good project. We've looked at the Tangle. That's part of their technology. That things. I don't think it's fully validated or whatever, but I'll tell you what. I've met with most of those guys, and they're the smartest guys in the room. So not as smart as our Jesse, but they're pretty smart dudes. So yeah, I'm sure they have a great future. Can't hear you, Max. Is that on my side or on your side?
It's very strange. Huh. Max has got no audio. Well, I mean, I guess it cut out at the perfect time. Looks like you guys are just wrapping up. Maybe Max, you wanna like rejoin?
Left, buddy.
Both audio went out.
Oh, both audio.
I can hear Chris.
Oh, is mine out as well?
No, I can hear Chris. Leave and come back, Max. Yeah, you probably want to do that. Yeah, I think Matt's in the chat. Matt's telling we need to.
Can people hear me or no? Oh, that might be a no. Oh, they're able to hear me. So I'm gonna answer one question before I get kicked off here. I'm just gonna keep on going until they cut my screen. So the technical difference is, what is the growth strategy to get Effect.ai growing? Listen, we did a token sale, we raised some money, and then people think that we're going to take over the world in like 365 days. But the thing is, I think we've produced a lot more than most companies and startups could do in that amount of time, and I'm pretty proud of where we're at, but I understand that people are eager to continue to see where we go and what we're doing. We just finished the token migration. The best is yet to come. Huge players in this industry are interested in Effect.ai, and you guys will see some of those fruits being bared very shortly. So our goal is to get a microtasking marketplace of tens of thousands of people to structure data. So having tens of thousands of people using our platform, and thousands of clients as well. And then from there, you guys will understand how we're going to work into the actual marketplace of AI algorithms and related services. But we have a few friends that are working very hard. Effect.ai have API for games. Yes, we have an API. You'll be able to do all kinds of stuff: surveys, games, marketplaces. We want to make it an inclusive kind of ecosystem, especially because we have workers in Africa, we have workers in Georgia, we have workers from 90 different countries, and it's a difficult thing to cash out cryptocurrencies. So we want to create some kind of marketplaces and stuff. So there's lots of stuff coming up with a new roadmap that we'll be releasing soon.
Very cool, very cool. So I'm not sure we touched on that. You guys are actually opening up physical locations as well?
Yeah, so listen, we caught the eyes of the United Nations in the country of Georgia. I had some meetings there with the government, and the government immediately said, we're doing big things with the United Nations, so go over and check those guys out. So for the last few months, I've been flying back and forth to Georgia, and we came up with this idea several months before this to actually create physical locations where people can work in a safe environment, but also clients of Effect Force can also know the workers, know their timings, sign NDAs or whatever they need to do, and just know their people, because a lot of these old traditional companies need to actually know the people that are working on this type of stuff. So it's all worked out absolutely amazingly. We did a pilot project for them in a small, very poor city just outside the capital of Tbilisi. It's called Rustavi. We made national news, I think international news on some levels. That's gone very successful, and I'll update everybody on a very big update shortly. Well, within the next few weeks, we'll have something really, really huge to release in that category. But we've been working very closely, and the United Nations obviously gives us a gateway to a global presence and be able to open up these physical locations all over the world very quickly.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Not only are you working on a great project, you're doing it for a great cause. So it's just fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so last 3 minutes, let us know what's going on with your project. What do you have? How do we find you? Drop some links, drop some hints. What's going on?
Yeah, cool, man. So I'm very active in our Telegram community, so you can join us on Telegram, which is something Effect.ai. Yeah, we across all of our socials. So we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have all those regular ones. Yeah, that's basically where you can find us. We are going to be opening up registrations for Effect Force, so everybody can join and start doing some tasks to really understand how the platform works and what it's about. Use some of the tools that our development team have built within the platform. So we'll open that up pretty soon to absolutely everybody. Looking for select workforces within that. So we'll have validation and qualifying tasks on there for everybody to take part in. And then with those tasks, we can actually find the right workforce for our clients. So those are the places. Telegram's obviously the best for us. I talked to Luke Strokes the other day from EOS DAC. We're going to be really working on creating a decentralized autonomous community to really get people involved. So there's lots of stuff going on. We'll have a new roadmap pretty soon. So yes, stay tuned for that.
Okay, cool. All right, see you. Catch you later.
Yeah, see you, man. Thanks,
Chris.
everybody. Thanks for showing up. See you guys.